the 35 to the 36.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Looking to throw on second down. McBride. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. McBride. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Howard. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First and 10, it's Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. That's about as good as a linebacker can diagnose that play, isn't it?
It certainly is, and what he did really well is that while he was diagnosing, he got his feet in motion without actually going anywhere and taking a false step that he had to make up later. He read it, got his feet in motion, and then he just took off and made the play.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now.
The challenge flag is out. Todd Bowles not pleased with the ruling on the field, and he's going to ask the officials to take another look. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. To throw on 2nd down. McBride.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the 2nd half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
So the Bucs now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And as we know and as we've discussed here in the run-up to this game, this is history in the making. The first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. An absolute tremendous accomplishment, something no one else has done. But he doesn't want to just go down as the first to make a Super Bowl. He's told us all week he's here to win it.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
This is a 26-yard attempt.
Patterson's kick is good.
And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McBride dancing to his left. Gets around him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, that was a show of support to even allow him to attempt to make that kick. And you know if he did, that would tie the NFL record. That's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, it would have been a big deal, but a little bit short. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Pendleton. It's caught. Mitchell.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Right back to Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Pendleton. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bucs 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans from 13 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. McBride over the middle, complete. That's Howard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A lot still to go here in Super Bowl 61. We have reached the end of one quarter of play. We'll be back in just a moment.
10-zip our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports.
And we are back, Super Bowl 61. Thanks for joining us, everybody, nationwide and around the globe as both teams get set to begin the second quarter.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
On second down, here's Pierce.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. McBride swings this one out wide for Pierce. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10.
Off play action. Pendleton. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards that time.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He completes it to Evans. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Looking to throw. Pendleton.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Operating from the gun, Pendleton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though, third and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. And this one is no good. He missed it, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go again with Pierce. Down to about the 22 here.
Pierce now up the middle.
Shifts by him. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Now a handoff for Pierce.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, McBride. And he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
P-Ryan, touchdown, Houston.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the...
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. following the fumble recovery. McBride.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Operating from the gun, McBride.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McBride. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 17 yards out.
And the Texans continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
From the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Throwing to start the drive. Pendleton.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And that's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow.
And the Texans will take over. Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense.
And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
That's underneath to Pierce.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A final shot before break. McBride.
Delivers another one to Pierce. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half, and you'll see they've had success running the football, and that bodes well for their chances of lifting that Lombardi trophy. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter.
And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. After the worst first half of the season for them, they're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
But you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings. But at least that play call was a successful one now. The focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
To throw on 2nd down, Pendleton.
Here's a screen for Robinson.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Pendleton. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, McBride. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Howard. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. From the gun on 3rd down, McBride. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
He'll let one go deep for Howard. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great... for the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
the return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Pendleton. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Pendleton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Back to throw again. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun, Pendleton. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And here comes the Texans now.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. McBride.
That's complete to Pierce.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A run for Pierce out of the gun.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Holding, offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McBride, he finds his man, complete. It's Barton.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McBride. Hard throw, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
Now, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Pendleton. He finds his target. It's Evans.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
On the draw, Robinson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
He's got Otten.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
So a definite surprise there. They try to fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of a plays in a situation where I don't know that they needed to do that. They still have opportunities, and in this case, they took a chance, and it backfired.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
So we pause for an injured player, and not what you want to see. Juju Smith-Schuster, he's in some pain out there.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
A give left side for Pierce.
And he stopped immediately there. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61. The culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
To Pierce, they set up the screen.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Operating from the gun, McBride. And this one is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And we're at the time of the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Pendleton. And this is going to be intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 4. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the fourth quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Pendleton. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. To throw on 2nd down. Pendleton. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Pendleton. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Martin brings it in over the middle. And he's going to have the Bucs 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Looking to throw. Pendleton. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
From the gun on 3rd down, Pendleton. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl.